So today we're going to be going over resisted hip flexion in a supine or lying on your back position, and we're going to be working specifically on strengthening the psoas. And really the psoas activates the most past 90 degrees of hip flexion, so sort of this final end range. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using a band around the tops of our feet as resistance. So putting it around the tops here, not above the ankles, but really wrapping it around evenly. And then you're gonna lie on your back and you're gonna focus on keeping your core stable. You don't need to be like super cinched or anything. I actually want you in a bit of a neutral spine. And then I want you to push out a little bit against the band just to make sure that your feet aren't collapsed inwards. You could do a little light chin tuck. It's not the primary thing that you're focusing on here. You can also be just relaxed. What I want you to make sure that you're not doing is rocking from side to side. And then with one leg steady on a bench, you're gonna pull the other one up, really focusing on breaking that 90 degrees and feeling this hip crease. And then you're gonna slowly lower down without rocking, working on coming in as much as you can without rounding through your sacrum, right? I wanna isolate this motion as much as possible through the hip. And I want you to make sure your quad's not being super dominant. So it should actually be relatively squishy right through here because your hip flexor is dominating rather than your quad. And if you want to make it harder, right, you can alternate rather than doing the same side. And then some people will do this version where they bicycle, pedal. I'm not a big fan of that. I actually like really being able to isolate here before messing with other ranges of motion.